Hello, everybody, and welcome to the September 2nd episode of the All Elite Zone Watch Along. Here we are, got Rampage tonight. Looking forward to it. Right now, it is just me. I'm kind of hosting tonight because Connor is actually attending Rampage, so that's pretty cool. Getting some insider knowledge of some dark matches. So, yeah, right now it's just me, but we should have some more guests on soon. So I'm going to answer some questions that we've gotten in the chat a little bit ago. Not questions, but one question: do you think AEW should use more of their actual signed talent rather than bringing in indie wrestlers from different companies? It's that's kind of like a loaded question for me because they need to use more of their signed talent because you have guys like Malachi Black and Andrade just kind of sitting on the shelf, which that ain't cool. But at the same time, I get why he's using so many lower card unknown wrestlers, and that's because Ring of Honor is launching soon. And I would say we might be getting some kind of announcement at All Out, considering the speed at which he's been bringing in people. He's been really showcasing the Renegade siblings, Kylan King a lot. Many people that here we go. There we go. What up?
What up? How are ya?
Good. How about you?
I'm good. Excited. This is going to be such a great weekend.
This is. I'm very excited. There we go. That's how I fix the layout. Oh man, is Danhausen in this trios match?
Oh gosh, I'd love that.
Oh, Danhausen gets tossed out.
Man.
So it's looking like we're getting the Elite versus the Dark Order with Hangman at All Out. That's going to be a nice continuation of the story between Hangman and the Elite.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
I love me some Hangman. Hangman has just been one of my favorites since the whole.
He's been so consistent with his matches and everything.
Exactly.
He's one of the most slept on wrestlers, I would say.
Not gonna lie, I really wanted his title reign to go just a little bit longer. Just because he was so good.
I agree with that. Noah Lux says Cassidy is so fun. I do love Orange Cassidy.
He's one of a kind. He's genius. It's so different too than anything else out there.
Really a wrestler who can create new fans. Oh wow, Ray Phoenix versus Blake Christian tonight. That'll be a fun match.
Even after Wednesday too, Ray did great on Wednesday. So
that match was amazing. I love that.
Oh my gosh! Well, as soon as they announced it was Ray, Dante, just you just knew it was going to be something special.
Yeah, everyone played their part so well in that match. Dante had a great showcase.
Joseph.
Hello, Darla. What's up? I'm really excited to see the Hung Order versus the Elite. Is that what they go by? I can't remember.
I think that's right. Yeah. I feel like this is such a different card than the rest of the most this year's past pay-per-views. It's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, I would Forbidden Door. The card felt kind of weaker. But then the matches they exceeded expectations, and it was an amazing pay-per-view.
Oh, so yeah.
I'm hoping that these matches go beyond what we think they're going to be, because if they do, I think this could be pay-per-view of the year.
You just wish I could get a postcard picture. That should be a new TV shirt with him just carrying John Silver.
The good, the bad, and the hungy. Doing great. Hope y'all are too. I'm doing pretty good right now. Just kind of chilling, watching. Can't be doing bad when you're watching AEW. Man, John Silver and Orange Cassidy do comedy so well together.
Their timing is spot on.
That's good comedy in wrestling. Normally, I'm not huge into it, but then you have characters like Orange Cassidy and Danhausen.
They
And
do it well while like they're respecting the business, but like still having like fun with it.
Exactly, yeah. And like I don't mean to keep being anti WWE with every single podcast, but their comedy is like Shane McMahon throwing slime on Braun Strowman, and then I'm just kind of sitting there. I'm a grown adult watching another man get Nickelodeon slimed. What am I doing?
I'm wondering how much more we'll get of that with Mr. Triple H in charge, because you could always tell there were certain things that you're like, I think that's one man's like sense of humor versus like what most other adults would find funny. So I'm
Yeah.
curious what it's
Well,
gonna be like.
I think that the booking will get better with Triple H, but there will still be some questionable decisions, like
Oh yeah.
Dakota Kai and Io Sky losing that tag team tournament.
I don't quite understand what they did there.
I
That
have
it
no
still doesn't
idea
make
either.
sense.
You have this new faction you want to build up, and then you give it to Raquel Rodriguez and who's the other one? I can't remember her name. Probably not a
I
good
feel like
sign.
cut off their momentum. Like
Mm-hmm.
they were trying to build like Dakota and Io as like this top faction with Bailey, and like they'd had their comeback, and you were like jiving with it. Then it was like, just kidding, we're gonna trip you at the finish line.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah, personally, if that's me, I would probably book Bailey versus Bianca for the title and just have
I
that
know.
faction run roughshod of the women's division.
The only thing that I thought might happen was like a Naomi and Sasha return that could like
Yeah, that's fair.
kind of like if they'd come in at the like end and done something like a good old school NXT cliffhanger, like I kind of would have liked that. It would have made a little bit more sense with Raquel and her partner, but
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And I do think they're going to be returning. But
it's just a matter of when.
yeah. Man, I'm really excited for Hangman and Kenny to interact.
Me too. I feel like has it been pretty much almost a year? Almost?
About 9 months, yeah.
Holy cow. Kenny
Last
looked a
time.
lot better on a Wednesday. Like when he first
Oh,
came
yeah.
back, I felt like scared for him because I was like, oh no, we're gonna break him.
Mm-hmm. And then
But
he took that that superplex from the top, and I was like, oh no, my heart.
I know. Just like, guys, he's fragile. Don't hurt. Like, don't actually hurt him.
But that match was amazing. I loved that.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I was kind of heartbroken actually when Osprey said that he was kind of done with AEW for like the foreseeable future. I was like, no, wait, you do good matches. Come back.
I would not be surprised if we see him holding the AEW World Championship someday because he's only 29. So
That's incredible. I
mm.
mean, that just makes like in some ways you're like, huh, like that's pretty close to my age. Like, huh.
I mean, I always feel that whenever I see a wrestler close to my age. I see Dante Martin, and I think he's 21, maybe. And I'm like, man, he's 2 years older than me, signed to a big contract with this multi-million-dollar company, and I'm like, what am I doing?
No, it's just like, am I been like not doing enough? Like, am I missing something? Did I
Where
like
am I
miss
going
something?
wrong?
Yeah. That kip up they do is so like even that alone, I'm like the amount of strength and momentum.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And this is a live Rampage too, right?
Yep.
So then, yeah, because I think Connor said he was
Connor is there. Yeah, he was giving some updates on some dark matches that are happening.
Who was it? Do you know?
The biggest one was Claudio versus Ari Daivari for the Ring of Honor Championship.
Ooh.
So it looks like for the meantime, before they get a show, it'll be Ring of Honor will premiere a lot on Dark and Dark Elevation.
Gotcha.
Which I'm fine with that until they get a show.
Yeah, because it's like I kind of was worried that like in some ways anybody who got routed towards ROH, it's like, well, but I want to see some of them. So it's like at least they're getting some showtime through Dark. So
I believe this is Mr. Jacobs. Hey everyone, sorry I'm not on. I'm trying to join in, but my bum ass laptop is messing up on me. You're both doing a great job. Well, take your time, Mr. Jacobs. We'll definitely be here. If you need the link, just let me know and I'll send it. But yeah, tech issues are the worst.
just like derails everything for the day.
Mm-hmm.
in this day and age too.
Man, I still can't believe we had John Silver versus Orange Cassidy on a Full Gear pay-per-view, and it was actually really fun.
It
That
was
was
so good.
that was a wild match to put on pay-per-view, but it worked out.
I love some of they're not afraid to try stuff. Like it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't have to be flawless, but it's like a fresh matchup. It's something you haven't seen before. So whenever they do that kind of style, it's like, okay, like I'm digging it. Something new,
Mm-hmm.
you know? I
Yeah.
think that's the thing about WWE, like to your point, and now I'm jumping on that bandwagon. And actually I think it's gotten better with Triple H even in just the few weeks that he's been there. But like
Mm-hmm.
it's like you just watch the same thing for like 3 months sometimes, and you're like,
Oh yeah. I think there were
in June and you're still having this feud. Like
there were 3 Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns matches this year.
it's painful. I mean, like you know what's funny though is like I like love the new Brock, like the new cowboy friendly Brock. I'm like, where have you been all
Oh
my
yeah.
life?
I love face Brock. The only problem is that I don't think anyone was thinking he was going to beat Roman Reigns.
No, nobody
So,
did.
but I'm very excited for to see the results of Clash of the Castle tomorrow. I
Oh
probably
yeah.
will not be watching it, but I do know that wrestling media, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook is going to explode if Roman loses
Oh
or
yeah. I
wins.
mean, I'd love to see. I mean, especially with what Drew went through before, I'm kind of like
Mm-hmm.
kind of team Drew just because I'm like, oh, give him his moment, guys.
He
Like,
hasn't had the belt in front of fans yet. Yeah.
I know. It's like, oh, like I'd really like for him to get that moment, and especially against somebody like Roman after like he's been undefeated for so long, and it's like
Mm-hmm.
everybody's been wondering who's gonna like dethrone him. It's like this would carry so much clout with it.
I definitely agree with that. Yeah. Like if it's not Drew, my number one choice was Xavier Woods. So like that's still who I want.
Give me
Uh,
New Day any day.
mm-hmm. But man, Hangman keeping the game alive for Dark Order right now.
Oh, I know. He's just got like throws a good buck shot. I just love the way John Silver when he gets desperate, he just like does the funniest thing. I wonder, like,
Oh,
in real life how tall he is too, because like I always get very excited when I think they're like somewhat closer to my height, but he's like so powerful too.
I wonder if it's available online. Hangman Adam Page height. I don't know how I feel about Dark Order. Apparently he's 6 foot.
Oh
So
wow.
it kind of makes me I don't know how I feel about Dark Order winning both of their rounds with a roll up.
It's just like the surprise roll up after a while. I kind of miss like a clean finish
Mm-hmm.
after a while.
Yeah.
Like you guys could still like do your signature move and pin the guy, right?
And I don't think best like for House of Black, I get why because you don't really want to damage them too much.
Oh, right.
But I think that a member of Best Friends could easily take a pin to Hangman. Like
Yeah.
Hangman is a star. There's nothing wrong with getting pinned by him.
His boots. They just carry so much swagger.
Man, I'm excited for this Eddie Kingston and Ishii match.
Oh my gosh. I heard there was all that drama that went down between Eddie and Sammy. And I was
Yeah,
like, ah! I don't
Eddie
know if that
Kingston,
was
he
context.
beefed with Sammy, and his punishment is gonna be putting on a near 5-star match with Ishii. So I'd say he won.
Apparently he like apologized and stuff too. Like the whole thing just sounded like when I read about it was like just like a big misunderstanding. And I
Yeah,
was like, oh, like I don't know, conflict makes me so anxious. So like especially when you like all the wrestlers too, you're like, no, don't fight, like in real life
definitely.
at least.
Hearing about like wrestling news, especially when you're a fan of said wrestler, is so much different than when it's just a fan, like a wrestler you're just neutral on. Like
Oh yeah.
the Malachi Black stuff right now, and then the Bobby Fish
Oh
stuff right now.
yeah. Like I mean, I'm glad in a sense that like they are talking about like mental health more because it's like it
Yeah.
is, it's a big thing. Like I don't want to see anybody like not get the help they need, but
Mhm.
I'm like, no, don't go. No.
Yeah, I'm like I'm torn on it too because I am an avid supporter of like mental health and especially in like workplaces like even in such a physical one like wrestling and
Exactly.
and but like at the same time, I love Malachi Black, and I do get if he is like a little bit demoralized at his booking. It's been over a year, and he's feuded with Cody, lost to Cody. What else? Got pinned
Um,
like a jobber, pinned like a chump. That really weird team with Andrade, feuded with Death Triangle for years,
mhm.
and I bet that injury he had definitely took a toll on his mental health.
Yep. And it's like been weird too, because like they are like a force to be reckoned with, but like there's not like been a ton of progression really in like the long-term story of it. Like I don't know like where it's going next. Like it
Yeah.
kind of just seems like they're this force and they added Julia, but then like nothing's kind of happened since then.
Mhm.
So it's just like you just kind of wonder what the long-term goal is. So
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think he's definitely good enough to be a top of the card guy, but
right.
it's just feeling like Tony Khan is going to value other people more. Kyle O'Reilly. I love Kyle O'Reilly. Just do what Kyle O'Reilly had. Get a few like amazing singles matches. Just keep winning
Right.
them. When he needs to take a loss, he takes a big loss, and then he just keeps chugging along.
Yeah.
Noah Luck says he was going for House of Black to win the whole thing. So was I. I really thought House of Black was going to win those trios titles, but I was proven wrong very much to my dismay.
House of Black is so good. A lot of people think that Judgment Day is a copy of House of Black, but I think they're slightly different. I think that there's enough difference there, especially in the personalities, but I do love some House of Black. They've done it
Yeah,
so
it feels
well.
like Judgment Day is less of like more of a cryptic thing than
Yeah.
House of Black is. I love House of Black's presentation. The lights going out, the druidic like
Oh,
looks.
yeah. Him sitting like on the ramp with like the headpiece and
Mhm.
the visuals are so good.
Oh my gosh, Miro's line on Wednesday was one of the hardest lines in wrestling I've ever heard. The you will like enter with your mask that strike fear, and you will leave with a mask that delivers oxygen. That was one of the hardest lines in all of wrestling, I'd say.
You know, it's sad. Like I was watching we were watching old Royal Rumbles, and you can just see like, how do you mess up a guy like Miro? Like he's so
Rusev, oh no, that
like I just can't. Like you just look at like so much talent and potential, and you're like, why? Like
mhm.
how?
It really all started with that loss to John Cena at Mania 31. I
Yeah,
stand by that.
I agree.
Like I love John Cena's open challenge, but I think if Rusev won that, could have been a top of the card heel.
He's got so like you said, like the lines he delivers when you give him a chance, like they
They're
do
just
very
cool.
well.
Like I used to think that Darby was like the coolest character in AEW, but then Miro comes along saying stuff like that. I'm like, how do I not just love this guy?
Well, now you win. Okay.
Man, All Out is looking like a great card. I wish I could have gone.
Just it just so much like with I love AEW pay-per-views because it's like so much packed in and every bit of it is like entertaining. Like
Mhm.
there's not really anything that like they, what was it called? There's sometimes like the walkaway match where like you go like refill your drink or whatever, and it's like really hard to do that during
Yeah, I don't know
AEW
what that would be
pay-per-views.
this year. Like I've seen a lot like I know a lot of people last card were or the last pay per view were saying that Jade versus Anna Jay was their bathroom break match, but now it's Jade versus Athena, and Athena's amazing. So you like I want to see what goes on there. Plus, the idea that Jade might lose the title is becoming more and more like probable. It's one
Yep.
that I'm not going to be walking away from.
I was kind of hoping I was so devastated to hear about Statlander because
Oh,
she's
definitely.
like I love Kristen.
Me too. She put so much work into like once she came back from injury, and then just to hear she's injured again.
She's like I feel like one of those that like when you see them from like the indies when they like start out and then they grow and then they become what they become, you're like much more deeply invested. So like remembering her on that, I'm just like, I thought for sure WWE was gonna try to steal her up. Like, but I'm
Hmm.
glad she went to AEW because she's so
Yeah,
good.
That's definitely a good. I love what you just said with when you see a wrestler on the indies and then you see them kind of go along.
It's just
Uh,
such a beautiful. You feel so attached to them.
mm, I feel that about like a lot of John Moxley, because when I started watching wrestling in 2014, Dean was always my favorite, and then I stopped watching in like 2016, and then I started watching in 2020 AEW again. And I was like, oh, this is the same guy from before. He's even better now. I feel like he's just that one consistency between both of my eras of liking wrestling.
It's crazy the reactions he gets. Like he gets today, the reactions he got, like they just build. Like there
Mm-hmm.
wasn't ever a time like people were not into him.
Mm-hmm.
He's
Oh, like
so
even in Chicago, after he squashed CM Punk, he was still getting cheers. That's
yeah.
hard to do if you
In
beat
Chicago,
if you beat
like
Punk.
my gosh. We were very fortunate that we went actually to the show earlier in this year when he returned
Oh,
after
really?
and like we were just sitting there like half cheering, half crying, like we're so glad you're back.
I was feeling that when Punk returned against Darby. That match, I loved that.
Gosh, that was just so well done. And there's
Mm-hmm.
so many good moments with like the early on and like the Sting makeup and the whole everything they did was great.
There's there's very few wrestling matches where you can like really like feel something.
Yeah.
One of them, Punk and Darby. Another one that I would say like something comparable would be Hangman, John Silver, and Alex Reynolds versus MJF and Proud and Powerful.
Oh
What like
yeah.
that match? That's a 10 out of 10. Like maybe in ring wise, you don't think it's 10 out of 10, but like in terms of just sheer emotional weight, that's a 10 out of 10.
Right. It's like you're watching them literally do a master class in how this is supposed to all work and how everything fits together and the story that they're telling. Like everything was just so spot on.
Mm-hmm. Hook versus Cool Hand. I'm excited for that on the.
Oh, I love what they've been doing with Hook.
His presentation has been amazing.
And it's crazy to hear that like the more I read about it, like it was all his idea and he's like a legit photographer and everything.
Yeah, his I think it was an Instagram account with some pictures on it.
It's
That
really
was fun.
really interesting.
Mm-hmm. But
I
and
love
then
when Taz comments on him too. Taz's commentary.
literally just a proud dad, and I love it.
It's
Like
just like he's fangirling over his kid. It's like the best thing ever.
I can't imagine how happy he must be to be able to like call his son's debut match and everything.
Oh my gosh. Like talk about like the proudest dad in BTA. Like that's
Mm-hmm.
it. I'd love to see more Hookhausen, but it sounds, I mean, not that Hook's not, he's great when he's, by himself too. It's just, it's like they were such a great unit together.
I bet there'll be one of those that are like always kind of connected. Like if Danhausen's getting beaten up and he needs someone to come help him, I bet I could see
Hook's
Hook coming
always
out.
there.
Ty's belt came on. Championship belt came undone.
Oh my gosh.
This was a really weird rematch. It felt like there was like no kind of build to it on TV, which makes me think
Yes.
I think AAW or AA AAA. Oh my gosh, I cannot speak. Might be wanting the belts to switch. That makes me think that.
That is so interesting. Come here, Bobby.
But I would like to see Ruby Soho and Ortiz win these.
I would too. I just feel like it's time for Ruby to get a title, man. Like she's been putting in the work.
Oh, definitely. I want to see Ruby win the Ring of Honor Women's title. That's
Does she do any? Has she done matches with Ring of Honor folks? I know
I
she's been in a couple
don't
dark.
believe so, but I think that she would just be perfect for it. A veteran presence to help some of the younger women on the roster.
Right.
And I've really been liking Ruby working with Sky Blue on Dark a lot.
Yeah, she's great with. I mean, she's a good like mentor figure. She really is.
She also just seems like a genuinely like nice person from all the stories backstage that
Oh yeah,
people
like
in WWE were saying. Like
she's one that I'd want to like be best friends with, like hang out with, like outside of.
mm-hmm. Oh, especially music taste. I love Rancid. So,
Anytime
but
you see like her on the vlogs or like the wrestler like ride along footage. It's so
Mhm.
great.
But I was lucky enough to see Ruby Soho versus Josh Alexander live, and that match is my favorite match I've ever seen live. It was so good.
Oh my gosh. That's another one. I'm like, how did you let her walk out of WWE? I don't know.
Totally, especially when you're running out of women's tag teams.
Right.
Like,
You're
it
not
made
really in a
no sense.
position to I like the shorter hair actually on Ortiz. I just feel like it's
It works.
yeah, feels like
Ortiz
a
has,
new him, like a new phase of him.
oh yeah, especially with the work he's put in to get in a much better shape. Not saying he was in a bad shape before, but like he looks like so much like he looks bigger
Stronger.
now.
Look at him in the ropes. Oh my gosh. Picture in picture, man. They are pushing that House of Dragon like nobody's business.
Oh, I know, right? I see ads for this every day.
I haven't, as sad as it sounds, I haven't watched it yet. I opted for the Lord of the Rings one on Amazon Prime.
Oh, I've heard about that. I've
It was
been
actually
wanting to see that.
it's really interesting. It's really interesting. I'm very impressed. Oh my gosh, Sammy. I
I,
like watching Ruby beat up Sammy.
oh yeah, in the ropes.
Yeah.
It's perfect. What was I going to say? I've never seen Game of Thrones, but my friend tells me I should watch it, and then just don't watch like the last season or
Yeah, I
something.
was gonna say watch it till the last season. Then don't or the last yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't bother with the last one. It'll just be disappointing. I think that's what was so sad is it like watching it build for so many seasons. Like I was so excited to like have the final season, and then you're just like, oh wow, like that was not worth it.
Yeah,
Ty and Sammy are so good at being like the hated couple. Oh my gosh, we get
they
it.
yeah they work well as the hated couple.
It's like
I
we
wonder if a lot of it is like real hatred, or like it's just like, okay, we get it. Like it's more of like boredom with it.
it's like we're just so like for at least from what I've seen, like people are just like so sick of it. Like they're like, yes, we get it. You're together. Have a nice time. No
I was
need to.
I was wondering if a lot of it was because, Sammy and Pam ending their engagement.
Oh yeah,
I don't like. I don't think people should give Ty Conti any like crap for
no,
that.
that's not her. I mean, like it's always it's like I understand him getting crap for that because he's
He moved on pretty quick.
yeah. There's a little bit of a there, but it's
Yeah,
not
it
Ty's
makes me
fault. Like
wonder.
Ty's a wonderful person, but
Hmm.
Pam and like I said, Sammy's the one I'm kind of like, okay, bud, okay.
Especially with a lot of some like previous comments of his, it makes me like,
Yeah, some things about a Miss Sasha Banks. So I was like,
yeah.
oh, yikes.
But especially like what Ty has done, especially for Brody Jr. -1.
Oh, yeah, she's like a little mentor to him, and she's so
Hmm.
sweet. She just seems like a very nice person too. It's
Yeah,
like
definitely.
not your fault. I mean, it's sad too because it's like not to say that like I mean relationships happen, you move on, things
Yeah,
happen. It's just the timing of it all was like,
pretty suspicious.
yeah.
Oh my goodness, I hate when AEW go from picture-in-picture ads to like just full ads.
I'm always like sad too because you're like, especially knowing it's live, you're like, oh no, what am I missing? I hope they don't do something cool.
I think they need to stop doing all of the heat in the commercial segments.
Yeah.
That's like a lot of people criticize Jim Cornette, and for good reason. A lot of his comments, especially towards women's wrestling and everything. But like when he says stuff like stop doing your heat segments during the commercials, and then as soon as you come back, start getting your babyface fire,
Yeah.
like stuff like that. I'll like generally agree with that. But then
Right.
like he says stuff like like homophobic stuff, and I'm just like, okay, stop it, Jim.
And that's I'm gonna cut you off right there, Jim. Yeah, sometimes it's like that there's good strings of thought woven into other things that just are like You were good there. You could.
Yeah.
You have to keep going.
I do think that if he didn't have such a negative attitude towards a lot of the wrestlers of today, then he would probably be very good to have on hand and help book stories, help coach these
Right.
wrestlers.
He's just so controversial, and I think all the wrestlers hate him now. That like,
Yeah, I don't want to see Kenny and Jim Cornette working in the same place.
oh my gosh, can you imagine? I love. Oh my gosh, yeah, Ruby get
That was a
Ruby
nice spear. I like that.
that hair with that eyeshadow combo and that move. Oh my gosh! Look at her the headbutting. Captain, what's up, puppy?
Those are pretty good looking headbutts. Usually wrestling headbutts aren't great looking, but
Oh yeah, or they kind of looked a little fake, but the side ones actually looked very effective.
yeah, best headbutts always belong to Shibata, but you know,
Oh
not a great
yeah,
thing when it almost kills them.
wow, that was impressive.
I wonder
Oh,
if both the Ruby and Ortiz versus Sammy and Ty matches are going to lead to maybe more intergender wrestling in AEW. I would personally love to see that.
me too. I love it about the indies. Like I wish there was more of it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they
And
were gonna
like
do more with Britt Baker and Adam Cole there for a while, and
that would have been so like maybe they could totally do a whole intergender tournament. That'd be
I
so
would
good.
be all over that too. Some of
Mm-hmm.
the moves you can do and like just the whole thing is like such a cool dynamic. Oh,
Like
like oh, that was painful looking. Just like Ortiz, like flat out, just like pulled her off, like it was nothing. Okay, Ty. Okay. Ooh,
wow,
little
I like this crowd tonight.
It's a very, ooh,
Oh,
oh,
Jericho saying Chicago sucks, evil.
oh my gosh! Did you see that pop?
Oh wow, they did win. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
I just like
Wow.
to see the crowd just like stand up in this huge wave.
Wow. I figured that's why the rematch happened without any kind of build, but that was oh
I'm
man, that was
so
nice.
surprised. Oh, look at oh.
Let Ruby hold the belt on TV,
You see that
please.
sign? It said
Wait, what
pay
was
MJF.
oh really? That's amazing.
The guy
Do
in
you,
the scarf behind Ty.
oh yep. Do you think we're seeing MJF at All Out this weekend?
I think so. I thought he was gonna be. To be honest, I originally predicted he was gonna be on Dynamite this week, but as a backup, you can't have a pay per view without him. Like they already did Forbidden Door, which made sense because like it wouldn't probably have worked, but I can't imagine him not coming at all out. I don't know what in capacity is going to be. Like either he's going to medal in the main event, the main title match, or he's gonna. I feel like he might be the Joker unexpectedly or something like that.
I
I
think
feel like
that like I think I want him to come back, but I think I might save that for Arthur Ashe. And I would personally have Samoa Joe. I would have CM. Okay, first off, I would have Joe win the ladder match, the casino ladder match, as the Joker, and then I would have CM Punk turn heel on John Moxley to win the title, and
I
then
think
at
that's what they need to build to.
mhm. And then at Arthur Ashe, you have Samoa Joe face versus CM Punk heel. Punk finally beats Joe because he's never done that before in Ring of Honor. They had that amazing trilogy. Punk never won.
Right.
But then after the match, MJF comes out to save AEW from CM Punk.
That would be so great. Oh my gosh. I'm curious how they're gonna they have to turn Punk heel at some point. Like I'm curious how they execute it, and they gotta do it with such like you know it's coming. Like it's what we want. Come on now.
I just worry about them doing it in Chicago. I don't know if Punk is going to be able to be booed. Also, I just realized that that last mixed tag match was not for the belts. So Okay, then I guess we're getting the match for a third time at 0 hour.
So they didn't actually.
No, they didn't. So I'm guessing that Sammy and Ty uh are gonna beat Ortiz and Ruby Soho. Noah Luck says that he's ready for a new TBS champion so bad. I think I agree with that. I think that I would have Athena beat Jade, and then Jade leaves the baddies, leaves Stokely, goes away for a bit, comes back with Mark Henry as her manager.
That would be amazing. Mixed tag was a really good match, actually. It was very interesting.
I really liked it.
They're a good team. Get a little backstage action with Hangman. Oh, this guy. He's back. Hangman has such a good facial expression with like you can see like the disappointed dad face sometimes come out.
It's his eyes, I think. He's able
Yeah.
to convey sadness and like guilt through his eyes very
Right.
well.
He's like the kid, like the guy who's like, I'm very disappointed in you. And I'd be like, oh, that cuts me deep, Dad.
House of Black versus Darby Allin, Sting and Miro. Who do you think wins that one?
Oh, I hope it's Sting and Miro. In
Really?
this case.
I'm hoping that it's House of Black, but if Darby, Sting, and Miro win, I think that at that point you should just grant Malachi Black if he is asking for it his release.
Give him a
Let
My
him take
reason
some
is that
time away for his mental health.
So I did a big I watched the Joker Sting from like back in the day past this past weekend and like suddenly like revamped my love and adoration for Sting, so now I want him to win.
I love Sting. He has been killing it on pay-per-view every single time.
How is he doing what he's doing at his age?
He is 62 years old and he's
like
just
someone tells
killing.
He doesn't have to jump off the top of the sign of the event to like his death.
I wonder if he's gonna like just ramp up everything he does at every single pay-per-view.
Oh my gosh. Just like come out with some, have another mask on, but then also jump off and then reveal him. It just gets bigger. Oh man.
CM Punk and John Moxley video package.
Oh my gosh. Kira Hogan. Oh. She's got the mermaid hair going on.
I'm low-key kind of done with the I'm CM Punk and I am Chicago story.
Oh
like, he does that kind of every time.
That ship has kept running. It's time to go a different direction.
Yeah. Like it's like MJF said, how long is the Love Fest tour gonna last?
That's true.
I just think I love what they've done with the people in AEW who dislike CM Punk kayfabe is John Moxley, Eddie Kingston, and who else was I just about to say? Oh no, I cannot remember.
MJF?
I was gonna say MJF, yeah. But there's another big face that doesn't like him, and I can't remember who. Well, like Eddie Kingston and John Moxley, two of the biggest faces in the company, don't like him. And then MJF, the biggest heel in the company, doesn't like him. It just puts him in a really weird spot.
It's a tough.
Mm-hmm.
They got to handle that very delicately.
Oh, definitely. Oh, Adam Page. That was it. That's who I was forgetting. But yeah, Adam Page, John Moxley, Eddie Kingston, biggest faces in the company, don't like Punk. MJF doesn't like Punk. I don't know. Who am I supposed to side with?
Like, I've got moderate to severe. I have no idea what went down with that whole. Like, people keep saying Punk went off script on like that.
I don't think he did because I just like. I don't know. I just feel like it just did like. I don't know. I'm actually torn between it now. Like when I think about it every time, I get like, because like, why add that? Why be like, hey, go call out Hangman?
It's so
But
weird because like everybody was bringing up like that old drama between Punk and Colt. So I wonder,
yeah,
but I don't. I mean, like what else? Like you said, like why would you bring that up then? Like, does
hmm
it really make sense? Like why you would do that in front of everybody when like nobody else really. Well, I guess a lot of the wrestling world does know your business, but it just seems like an awkward place to bring it up and address
yeah.
it.
Don't air dirty laundry on public
Right.
television.
It's like I get it. Like there's real beef backstage and like stuff sometimes does slip out during promos, but like I just don't feel like that I don't know that that would have been the place to do it. It just doesn't feel
hmm
like it would have fit.
what was I gonna say? I don't know. Like if there's been any more like reports of CM Punk like essentially trying to get Colt Cabana, not trying to get him released, but trying to make sure his contract wasn't renewed or something.
Yeah,
Because
I knew he was going to like do more Ring of Honor stuff, but
yeah, like if I am CM Punk and I genuinely want the younger talent to flourish in this company, I
right.
would keep Colt Cabana around. He's a great veteran hand. He has worked the indies.
So
Like,
well respected.
oh, definitely. He really proved that it's possible to make a career on the indies. If I had to choose a Mount Rushmore of indie wrestlers, I think Colt Cabana would probably be my first round pick.
Yeah, that's true. I'd probably put like a Matt Cardona as a second for that.
Oh, especially after Matt Cardona's heel work. Yeah.
So great. I think he really like he was one of those like maximum digital stars. Like he kind of showed how to make it work in the digital realm
How to get
too.
yourself over. Yeah.
Yeah.
I never liked how WWE handled him because he put so much effort into getting himself over, and his reward is being thrown knees first off of a stage. Like that bothers me on like a cellular level.
Yeah. They do a lot of like they just handle stuff not well.
hmm
All
Like
the acclaimed. Sorry, had a moment. They're wearing the new shirt.
they are wearing the new shirt. I bet it took them forever to get that shirt printed.
I feel like it's gonna sell out like this weekend with
Oh,
the event.
definitely. I would not be surprised. I'm gonna check right now because I have Pro Wrestling Tees bookmarked. I bet it is sold out.
And he like mentioned there was only like it was like the number one item already like on the shop. So
Let's check here.
Billy
Oh,
got
oh, there's a new CM Punk shirt. Maybe I'll have to buy that. Well, it's not sold out yet, but
there's some
let's
light.
see.
There's
I
hope.
could... Nope, not sold out yet, but it is number one on the store. They weren't lying about that.
Oh my gosh. I might have to get one of those. You know what's funny is like when you go to events, like that's how like you can bond with other fans. I was in the concession line and I was just like, they're like, who are you excited to see tonight? And I'm like, well, I really love the acclaimed. And they're like, Cesar May. You're just
whenever,
like, I don't know
whenever
you, but okay.
yeah, whenever I talk to a wrestling fan in public, the last two times they just looked like they didn't want to talk to me. It was really weird. Like today, I was at a gas station, like a giant gas station, and some dude was wearing a Brody Lee shirt, and I was like, "Hey, nice Brody Lee shirt." And I'm wearing my Bullet Club shirt. He just looks at me, he's like, "Thanks," and then just walked away. I didn't say anything. I was like, "Okay, my bad." Like,
Missed opportunity.
I know.
Like that's why you wear that stuff, buddy, so you can like meet people and have conversation.
Yeah,
Like, what are you doing here otherwise? Like,
and he did not want to talk to me. I guess
killed the moment.
definitely, but I really hope that after this pay per view, Wardlow gets a push more singles. Let Wardlow do an open challenge.
Oh
Like,
yeah, like I was kind of concerned because he kind of started, from what I've been reading, he's kind of been unhappy with like just says he felt like he hasn't clicked since the last pay per view,
yeah.
and I get it.
What up, Pasantero? How we living? How we living? Nice of you to stop by. Nice of you to stop by. And yeah, I definitely agree. I want to see Wardlow bring Prestige back to the TNT title. Like, Wardlow already winning it. That's better than the position it was already in. But
Right,
bring back a weekly open challenge. Have Wardlow destroy people, and then
right,
eventually you get some young, maybe not young, but like some nice up and coming heel that you want to build up
right.
to take it off of him.
FTR.
No Wardlow chance. That hurts.
Oh my gosh, the little kid with the Jericho Appreciation Society shirt.
Yeah, I see him now.
That's so cute. Those little
Did,
headphones
did you
on.
see on Wednesday the person holding their infant up to Punk?
Oh my gosh. It was like, dude,
It's so
like,
funny.
what were you looking for there? For Punk? Like, Punk's not gonna grab your baby. I'm
Punk, sign
sorry.
my baby, please.
Sign my kid. Oh, Wardlow. Yeah, I feel like even FTR, like, I know they're wearing a lot of belts, but like, I just want to feel more of a push there again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they have 3 belts, but somehow they feel like the third most important tag team on AEW.
Yeah, which doesn't make sense. I'm like, wait.
Mm-hmm.
The booking is, yeah, been a little bit. Oh my gosh, that guy's got one of the new belts. They're so expensive, but I want one so bad. Who's
I
on
wish.
his shirt?
I think
Wheeler.
it just says FTR. Oh, but I can't tell what Cash's shirt is.
Yeah, it's in a. I can't tell what language that is, but
I think it's Japanese. I'm assuming, but I'm trying to see who it is. But I'm so blind, I can't see.
like wrestlers of today like have the most bomb wardrobes ever.
Mm-hmm.
Like in real
Definitely.
life, they just walk around in their vlogs and stuff, and I'm like, I want all of your clothes. Like, where do you shop?
Hangman's butterfly pants. Need those.
Right.
I need those.
His boots, his like. I'm just like, can we all like just go shopping at some point? Like,
I wish I could pull off cowboy boots like that.
man,
Motor City Machine Guns.
they have arrived. Although this feud, so thing is like we've already watched like I don't know, like I just feel like this wasn't built as
I think
well as it's been.
it was just kind of weird because it feels like Motor City Machine Guns just came out of nowhere.
Yeah,
And like I get why Jay Lethal ended up kind of like feuding with FTR as well as Wardlow because he lost the match to Wardlow. That would make a little bit of sense.
right.
But like he was just like, hey, I just called up some buddies. Here they are. And then I think they're gonna parlay this into Motor City Machine Guns versus FTR at a Ring of Honor event. I'm assuming Final Battle.
Right.
And that match is gonna be amazing. And like personally, if I'm Tony Khan, I'm making FTR's title reign of Ring of Honor titles just dream matches. That's what I'm making it be.
Because like how could you, I mean, can't go wrong doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So but it's like I mean, like we've seen Warlow beat Jay Lethal. Like to your point, like I want to see Warlow get like a little bit more like oomph.
Yeah, more of a shine.
I mean, look at that. Look at that right there. Like, how could you be like
Like I love Jay Lethal, like as a
same?
wrestler, but like it really feels like he's been the Dolph Ziggler, like the
Yeah,
angel of death for people with titles. First Joe he feuded with for a while, and
right.
then now Wardlow, and here it is. It's an omen. It almost feels, you know.
Yeah.
And I love Dolph Ziggler, but
Oh, I love Dolph Ziggler as well, but I completely agree with it's just like the booking of it. Like, it just feels like for the
yeah,
like
Jay
the
Lethal, I'm
subtleties.
sorry if you see this. I'm sorry, but it's your booking. It's not you.
No, yeah, never misunderstand us. We love you. We do. We just care about your futures.
The 4 of us. Wait, there's 5 of them there. Which one are they excluding? Are they not including?
Oh, no.
Get him, Dax. Get him. He deserves it.
Yeah, I feel like they gotta get the guy in the suit. He's
Beat Sanjay up. Beat
yeah.
Sanjay up.
Ooh, Ricky Stars. Yes, I do want to see you beat up QT Marshall. I don't know, QT, it is kind of fun watching you get beat up. I'm not gonna lie.
QT is very good at getting
He's
beaten up.
very good at getting beat up.
I think QT is such an underrated sign for AEW in terms, not in terms of like in ring wrestling, but in terms of what he provides with the Nightmare Factory training. It's just
Right.
he's such a good trainer, and then he's able to just put his students into dark matches, and like I love a lot of his students. Lee Johnson, I genuinely believe can become a star in a few years.
He does such a good job building up the younger and like you said, just getting them that traction and that experience and
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he trained Anthony Ogogo too. Anthony Ogogo, I watch Dark because I try to find what is. Hold on, wait, what's going on?
just like knocked on his door and left.
What's going on? Did they just lock him in there?
QT just probably barricaded himself. This match is going to be so good.
Starks and Hobbs.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's going to be a banger right there.
I feel like either Jungle Boy or Ricky has to lose because you can't have you can't have two faces going over with a similar build in a pay-per-view.
Right.
I if I had to choose, I think I would. Oh no, I can't choose. Actually, I love them both too much.
That's really tough. Well, I mean, I guess I'd want to see. I guess I wouldn't mind having the Hobbs go longer. The Hobbs and Ricky one go a little longer.
Mm,
But I am pretty ready to see Christian Cage get beat up.
yeah, that's fair. I think that Jungle Boy and Christian Cage should have some kind of stipulation because the
Yeah.
feud has been so intense. Talking about dead parents and everything.
Oh yeah.
It feels weird if it's just going to be a grapple for grapple wrestling match.
I beat you up and then you are forgiven. It's like, no.
Yeah, no.
You don't just get to say that stuff. I love it when they go through the crowd.
I like watching it on when I'm like in person, but it depends on how well it's shot on TV. Sometimes it doesn't work out for me.
That's true. Sometimes it's very messy and confusing and chaotic.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
Like I went to Windy City Riot, the New Japan event in April, I believe. Yeah, and for Mox and Osprey, they fought in the crowd for a bit, and I was rewatching it when they aired it on TV, and I was like, man, I can't see anything right now.
I don't see a thing that's happening.
But yeah, that was a very fun match.
I remember we went to like the very first Full Gear when it was, I think, was it Jericho and Mox fighting through the crowd? Something like that. And they oh no, it was Cody and Jericho fighting through the crowd. And I just remember we got hit by like one of them flicked his arm back and there was just like sweat that flew off.
Oh
It
my
was like
gosh.
it was like the best day of my life. It was like the best event ever. But like it was
awesome.
pretty intense, but we were lucky just because of the seating. So like ever since then, I've been like a huge fan of it. But to your point, like sometimes the angles and stuff, you're like, what's happening? Wait, what? I can't see it. I don't get it. Like, what was that?
Or sometimes like wrestlers will do something like not great when like Joe's drop kick down like cement stairs when he landed just on his back.
You're just like
that could be a career ending injury. Like don't do that.
it's like, yo, like I already get nervous when y'all like throw each other against the floor outside the ring. Like, can we
Oh, I
like
can't
not
imagine. I can't
cement
imagine
stairs?
willingly doing a drop kick onto concrete stairs.
I'm a pass on that. Hard
Yeah.
no from me. Oh man.
I wonder what's in store for QT. I wonder if he will work on Ring of Honor. I think he probably will.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if Anthony Ogogo becomes like a big figure, central player of Ring of Honor if it's going to be a more developmental brand. Because I really like Dickhead Boxer and his jerk manager as a duo. It just works. Especially because Anthony Ogogo is British, so like the boxer stereotype like fits just perfect and everything.
Right.
It
Everything
just feels like it works.
Together.
If I had to choose a wrestler that I want Anthony Ogogo to like develop into similarly, I would probably have to say Nigel McGuinness, just because he's like a bigger guy. Maybe because they're both British also, but
that helps. It helps the visualization of it. Yes,
but that would be like who I would want him studying like tapes of.
Man, yeah, they are very similar now that I think about it.
But Anthony Ogogo has been getting more like technically skilled in the ring. He's able to like keep up with grappling and everything.
Yeah, I mean, it's so cool like watching over like even just like the past year how much some of the stars have like really like grown and like they've gotten so much more technical and like from what I've heard, it's funny. I think it's Danielson and somebody else. They get there like 3 hours early to the arenas
Oh, and
and
they
they'll
like
just
run
like,
drills and stuff. Yeah,
yeah. And like
that's
you're welcome to join if you want to. I'm like, that sounds like a privilege.
yeah.
I want to go to that.
Like imagine being able to just learn firsthand from Brian Danielson the art of wrestling.
I feel like the first day I'd just be crying because I'd be so happy, but
Or
then
just
like
being in the same ring as him, I think. And like man, like people pay for clinics and all the time for any kind of profession. And then here AEW is just doing it like, hey, just show up early. And it's like,
yeah, just
okay.
come a little early, run drills with us. I'll give you some pointers. Like, yeah, it's fine. I'd be like, all right, I'll be there every day.
Mm-hmm.
Um, private lessons.
Yeah.
And actually, I've heard he's been working with Jade a little bit, which is good.
Yeah, I remember Jade saying that like she wanted to work like a 30-minute match and like be able to do that. And if Jade is able to do that as like the like monster figure she is, she will be an amazing woman. 'Cause she's also fairly young. I can't remember
Right.
how old she is exactly. If I had to guess, I would say 29,
Right.
but I cannot remember exactly. Oh no, 30. 30 as of June. Okay.
I love
So,
the way her daughter looks at her, like just so
mhm.
like amazed by her. Like I'm
Oh
just
yeah.
oh, oh
It,
the moment.
from the perspective of an outsider looking in, you could tell she like really cares about her daughter and how like she like carries herself around her and how she's trying to inspire her to be able to do what she wants.
Right. It's like such this match is gonna be so good. Oh my
Mhm.
gosh. Sorry. Every time I see these like ads, I get so hyped for this.
QT just had a really good like handspring off the ropes into a kick. I did not know he's able to do that.
Go, cutie. He'll like pull some stops out. That's pretty impressive.
Man, Ricky's tornado DDT is so good.
It's just so like technically well executed.
It's just so crisp and like fluid. Just works. I think it's kind of weird that it seems like AEW is going to be ending the like go home episodes with Ricky Starks versus Will Hobbs. But
Right.
if that's how it works, I can imagine they're putting a lot of stock into these two guys.
Yeah.
If they're like willing to not take a chance because everyone knows all the matches, but if they're willing to, oh wow, that was a nice spear. But if they're willing to do that for their TV shows,
Gosh. Well, those are two guys that like if I were 20, like that's who I'd be investing in, of course. Oh, here they come. Oh,
I swear, if Hobbs interferes in this match,
that's gonna be not you got the watch. You got the watch.
where's a go? He should be out here.
Oh. No, 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 no. Oh, you can't be on the ropes. No more surprise roll-ups.
I'm really invested in this. Come on, Ricky.
Come on. Oh my gosh.
Okay, here's the spear. Oh wow, caught him into the diamond cutter. Wow. Come on, kick out, Ricky. Kick out. There we go.
Bam.
I like that Chris Jericho just threw in that the originator Diamond Dallas Page for who was doing the cutter.
Gives a little nod to our I love me some Diamond Dallas Page.
Me too.
I have his DVDs.
Really?
Yeah. They're
That's
really
awesome.
good. Yeah, because I mean, like he was just good for like if you just wanted to do like DDP yoga, it just really helps like if you ever had like a sports injury or like just bad hips or whatever.
I think he was oh my goodness. My friends are like, Aiden, we're outside your house right now.
You're like, wait, guys, I gotta see this.
What are they doing? But I love that he's like he helped Jake the Snake out. He helps tons of wrestlers who are struggling with addiction. That's just cool guy stuff to do. Like that's just so awesome to me.
That's what we need more of is like that
Oh,
type of
especially in
like,
the wrestling business.
yeah,
Yeah.
because it's brutal and like you need that type of support.
You're literally throwing yourself onto the floor for a living. Like,
You need somebody to give you some sort of help after that. That's not just here, take this medicine. Because we see where that goes a lot of times, and it's like,
someone's putting up the WWE logo on that MJF
yeah, it's like
that
the
MJF
MJF in
sign.
the middle of the WWE, and then the
AEW on the side. Yeah. That's funny.
a lot of MJF signs out there, and Andre is the man is up there. Andre Viola.
I can't read it because I guess I just have bad eyesight.
That's okay. I know I'm the same way. I'm like squinting, or I wait till somebody on like Botchamania brings it up, and I'm like,
Brian Danielson just walk. Where did Brian Danielson walk out of nowhere? Where was that? Where was that from?
is he? What is he like? Looking at Ricky Starks, like he wants
No,
to
no,
help him or something?
he's fighting. He's just beefing with Jericho. But that was just really
Oh,
funny that
that's
he just kind of
great.
came out.
Oh, there's oh.
I think that match is going to be really good. I'm really excited for it.
Gosh.
Brian Danielson always delivers. So I'm feeling, and I Lionheart Chris Jericho versus Mox was amazing.
It's gonna be. Oh my gosh.
Well, I think that concludes our episode of Rampage for today. Overall, what'd you think? Oh my goodness, my hair. What happened to it? Jesus.
Overall, I thought it was very well done. I liked the intergender match with, Ty and Sammy. I liked all of the acts leading up to it. Good main event, very interesting, and just honestly, like, really solid. It makes me really excited for this weekend.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. It was a lot of good promos. I actually I surprisingly liked Athena versus Jade. The fact that it wasn't just Jade cutting a promo about her opponent without her opponent actually responding makes me feel like there might be a bit more of a chance for Athena to win.
I think so too. They're adding like a new dynamic to it. This is going to be very interesting this weekend. So I'm looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So All Out on Sunday. Thank you everyone for tuning in, and I believe that we'll have another stream going on Monday. Night, y'all.